Margot Van Sluytman's father was brutally murdered when she was only 16 years of age. It was an event that changed her life forever. She wrote to express pain and to heal, never knowing it would instigate a passion within her to formulate a new social justice theory, Sawbonna. She is the founder of the Sawbonna Project for Living Justice. Her subsequent life's journey has taken her worldwide and into deep conversations with Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Senators Kempate and Murray Sinclair, and Justice Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould, all of whom acknowledge the importance of responsible, respectful relationships and healing that restorative justice can bring to both victim and offender. Resilience, agency, and voice are the foundations of Sawbonna. Margot is also an award-winning poet, sought-after speaker, you're so lucky, advocate, at times activist, and political influencer who is on the road to changing the current model of restorative justice. She was gifted with the spirit name Raven Speaks. Margot, the floor is yours.
Is that really me? I like it. Good morning. So, I'm just going to move these, please. Thanks. Thank you very much for welcoming me here to share in conversation with you. To Michelle Landré, who can't be here this morning, she's on retreat with her sister Lynn. To Brenda Diebel, to Rosemary Burris, and to Ed Prinzler, I offer my deepest gratitude. I thought that this morning I would offer you two options for this talk. So, you get to choose. The first one is this, a short version. And it goes like this. Sawbonna, setting our intentions for restorative justice, whereby I say the following. Sawbonna is key. It means shared humanity. The end. That's option one. I think I see where this is going, but let me give you option two. I can share a story about murder to meaning, demonstrating how Sawbonna, a new model of restorative justice, works, and how it might infuse all of our intentions for this year and beyond. Choice is yours. Hands up for number one, please. All right, hands up for number two, please.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I see where this is going. All right, let's begin. Number two it is. I have been blessed with the privilege to meet and be in conversation with many wise people, giantesses and giants, in building our justice humanity. To share these learnings with you this morning here in Thunder Bay is itself a privilege. These learnings are each woven into Sawbonna, woven into my journey here and now. Thank you very much for your time and opening your ears and your hearts to the story that I will share with you. Recently, at an international justice conference in Montreal, I had the privilege of being invited by my treasured friend and mentor, Senator Kempate, to stay for her closing talk. She ended her inspiring speech about justice and love with the words that I'm going to begin our sharing today. The words are written by Lila Watson. If you have come here to help me, you are wasting your time and my own. If you have come here because your liberation is bound up with mine, then let us work together. When I was 16 years of age, my dad, Theodore, Theo to his friends and family and community, was murdered in a callous and brutal, selfish act of greed in an armed robbery in Toronto. Worse yet, if you can imagine, besides the murderer taking my life too, I lost my voice, and I lost my capacity to trust life. I lost my capacity to dream. I lost my sense of self-worth. My dad and I were very close. I suspect we still are. What I did not lose, however, was my love for words. A love that not only nurtured me in finding my voice again, but a love that allowed me to rewrite, to restore, and to restory my life. A love, quite frankly, that is the catalyst for me being here today. With words, I learned to resurrect my dreams, and I regained my strength to rebuild my trust in life. A trust that allowed me to live into the very fact and act that my liberation is bound up with yours, and that your liberation is intricately bound up with my very own. Because of reading about an award I received from the National Association for Poetry Therapy on May 1st, 2007, for my publications and my workshops about therapeutic writing, the man, a lifer, who murdered my father, contacted me. That was 30 years after Theodore's death. Our reconciliation proved helpful for me to begin to own my voice in a profound, profound manner. Victim, survivor, thriver, builder, all of them. Our reconciliation was helpful to him too. Our shared humanity bound intricately together. My lifelong journey to be a speck of hope to those whose lives have been shattered compels me to dig deep, 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 to listen closely, and to imbibe the love, the wisdom, and the experience of those who remind me that it is only light that drives out darkness. Excuse me, runny nose. Thank you. It is only light that drives out darkness, yes. Light and truth. And as Senator Murray Sinclair, with whom I shared about Sawbonna on CBC rather recently, said, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. And lo and behold, it will. In her book, Celia's Song, Lee Maracle, author of another must-read book, My Conversations with Canadians, has these words. The stories that need to be told are those that shake the very soul of you. Prepare then to be shaken. Light and truth will it. 2 years ago, I had the joy of sharing in a 2-hour conversation with Archbishop Desmond Tutu. We sat together with each other in a little coffee shop in Cape Town, South Africa. Arch, when he emailed me, that's how he signed his name. Arch, hence I'm not being disrespectful, so I will tell you what Arch and I talked about. Arch answered a question that I had wanted to ask him, a question that I had carried for as long as I had known about South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission. I asked him, how did you keep your faith in humanity through all of that harrowing brutality? How? Taking but a brief moment, he said to me, Margot, I didn't. Margot, I didn't. My family, my friends, and my community gave me strength when my faith seemed to fail me. Being here with you today, being offered this precious time to share in conversation about our intentions for restorative justice, is the very embodiment of Arch's words to me. My family, my friends, and my community gave me strength when my faith seemed to fail me. That each of us has been touched by tremendous pain and suffering. Tremendous. That Thunder Bay and all of Canada is in the throes of viscerally harrowing and important conversations addressing 7 fallen feathers, thank you, Tanya, and beyond, underscores and teaches us that it is because of each other, with and for each other, and because of our pulsating yearning for resilience and for reconciliation, that we choose to restore and to restore our lives. We do so in community, with community, and because of community. Creating the places and the spaces where we work with, for, and because of each other is a stark reminder that we matter. Each and every one of us matter. We matter no matter the crime committed against us or our loved ones. We matter no matter the crime we or our loved ones have committed. Our communities together face dead on, even through fear, pain, and anguish, our shared humanity. Asking pressing questions that must be asked. Engaging in difficult and demanding dialogues. And they are building bridges, fording chasms. Doing so because our intentions highlight our longing for resilience and for reconciliation. And there are no quick fixes. My foundation, the Sawbonna Project for Living Justice, is about seeing each other, is about our shared humanity, our banality, our brutality, and our brilliant beauty. Sawbonna is a Zulu word which means I see you. Not merely your body of flesh and bone. No, siree. No. I see our interconnectedness. Our journeys bound. This tiny think tank of mine is a space through which articles are published, stories are shared, workshops, keynotes, and talks are offered. Diverse voices are encouraged and invited. Victim, survivor, offender, thriver, builder, all. The last time I spoke to my dad, I was bending over his casket. I kissed him on his abundant black hair, and I whispered, "Dad, I promise you, your death will not be for nothing. You did not choose Canada from Guyana, South America, for nothing." I was 16 years of age, a girl. I am standing here, right now, with you, a woman, a mother, a very proud grandmother, a partner to a loving and tender man. On December 28th, I turned 57. 40 years after my intention. To my dad, I am here. Here with each of you, and I know my intention to him is being kept. And I thank you for that opportunity to keep that with you. Excuse me. In sharing Sawbonna and reconciliation with the man who killed him, I learned my dad's last words. Hearing them, I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I was, from the age of 16, and I am now, at 57, on the right track. Give it up, son. It's not worth it. Theodore's last words were a celebration of shared humanity, of Sawbonna, even as his life would end, moments after saying them. Give it up, son. It's not worth it. Not only do we not know the shape our intentions of love and justice will take, we do not know how the journey to keep those intentions will call out to us. And those intentions do call out. A journey in which compassion for our very self and for even those who have profoundly harmed us, even those whom we have profoundly harmed, that very compassion breathes hope into our ache, into our fear, into our anguish, into our shame. Right now, in the city of Thunder Bay and across Canada, with complex, pressing, harrowing, and necessary conversations, we are bound together in shared humanity. Excuse me. At that little coffee shop in Cape Town, South Africa, Arch turned to me, tapped me on the knee, and said, "Margot, I did my walk my way. You do your walk your way." Right now, in this room, on the start of this new year, we are sharing Sawbonna. We are sharing Sawbonna, our interconnected humanity, whereby we experience community, yearning to work with and for and because of intentions of resilience, reconciliation, and restoration. Our liberation is intricately bound. Our stories are intricately bound. Each of us is bound by responsibility, respect, and relationship. All manner of relationship. In choosing to listen, to learn, to mentor, to be unafraid of the complex and madly difficult conversations, we surrender to Sawbonna, to seeing each other with all that means. In closing, I wish to offer you my poem, Breathe Me. I have about 4 different versions of Breathe Me. This is the one that I have chosen for today, for you, for us. From my book, Somewhere Beyond. I take this poem with me to victim groups, to prisons, to shelters, to classrooms, talks, workshops, all over the globe. It travels with me. It is my intention from my heart to your very own, the authentic commitment to take time to step into the breath, the hope-filled and courageous breath of authentic conversations and intentions about truth, about reconciliation, about restorative justice via a Sawbonna lens of shared humanity. Breathe me. Compel my heart to stir. Compel our hearts to stir. Will new landscapes through our pores. Dine upon our potent supplication for community, for healing. Peel the lonely longing from our swelling intentions for reconciliation. Partake of flaming majesty while speaking yes, 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 over and over again as we build bridges as community. Rising and falling in our soul's newly remembered care for shared humanity, we persist. Breathe us in life. Breathe us out. Sawbonna. Thank you.
Margot, will you stay with us? She's given us a lot to think about, hasn't she? So what I'd like us to do now is just take a few seconds to sit back and think about what you've heard, and we're going to just have a little bit of community dialogue now, and I'm doing it now to make your words a part of this sacred time as opposed to out of it after we've done our closing. So if you have any thoughts to share with Margot or any questions to ask of her, we'll take a few minutes to do that now, and we'll remember to use the microphone.
I need to invite you to know that there are no difficult questions for me. Some people are afraid to ask about murder, about 2 bullets, about any of these things. I am open to every single question. I may not have an answer to all of them, but I'm open to learning from those questions with you.
Every now and then I meet somebody who's like a laser. So focused and lucid. So was that in you before?
Yes.
16?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I've loved words since I was a little girl growing up in Guyana, South America. And when I was gifted with the spirit name Raven Speaks in the year 2000, I thought, Sawbonna. Thank you.
Thank you for the talk. I've recently sort of started to become aware of what this idea intergenerational trauma means, and how the trauma wasn't visited on me, but I'm trying to help young people whose parents just wondering, I mean, from your perspective, what is the best way for us to build this bridge to make the ford across the chasm?
I actually did not ask your name. What is your name? What is your name?
I'm Sean.
Sean, thank you. And what is your name?
I'm Doug.
Doug, a pleasure. Thank you so much for your question.
Yeah.
I think it's a really important question, and when Brenda and I spoke, that wonderful conversation, this is what I said and this is what I believe. The best way to build that bridge is to be open, to be willing to listen, to ask the questions that we need to ask, to sit with the answers that we're going to get when we don't always like them, and to continue the conversation. And I'm a talker, I'm a writer, I am Raven Speaks, and I will also tell you this. One of my students told me years ago, she said, you're also a really good listener. So I think we can do both. I think we can listen, we can dig deeply, and we can sit with the uncomfortableness of the complexity of the building of those bridges. Meeting my father's murderer was, and still is, it's impacted my life in a huge way. People think I'm Mother Teresa of the murderers. No, this is what I am. I shared in a relationship with the person that killed the person I loved, and I have taken so much heat for that, you wouldn't even believe it. You might think doing that is something wonderful. No. I have been called many names. A sellout, an idiot, a fool, all kinds of things. But that, to answer your question, Sean, is I have a very, very strong sense of who I am and my commitment to sitting in the fire. We sit in the fire and we do not run away. And the last thing in relation to that is community. We don't sit in that fire by ourselves. When you have solidarity within community and you reach out and somebody pushes you away, well, you step in again, gently. We keep it open and we don't run away and say, oh my God, I can't do that. We keep it open, we trust our hearts, and we trust in the fact that these conversations matter. And we matter as being part of them, learning with, for, and because of community. That's the short answer now. Great question, thank you.
The thought that I have, listening to you, is that some of us feel that we are not leaders. And the best thing that we can do is ascribe to leaders, to people that we do have thoughts. Everybody needs disciples. And by that way, we will learn. Even if we never become a leader, we can follow the truth and the way, such as you're suggesting.
What is your name?
I'm Marianne.
Marianne, lovely to meet you. I will tell you this. So Michelle Landry and I have known each other for a long time, and I love her profoundly. Profoundly. Our personalities are very different. I'm living with her right now, and I swear to God, as my mom would say, chalk to cheese. I'm a big mouth, I gotta talk. Ask Rosemary. I lived with Rosemary too for a few days, poor woman. We did share a little wine. Here's the thing. This notion of leader, I find quite troubling. I have a big mouth, I'm a talker, I'm raving. I know that. Michelle is also a leader. She doesn't chat as much as Margot does. She's not as gregarious as Margot is, but she is a leader. I think that language does like an us and them thing. Well, you and you, and you. Well, I'm going to tell you, Arch didn't do his stuff by himself. He had people supporting him. Mandela did not do his stuff by himself. Murray doesn't do his stuff by himself. Kim Pate doesn't do her stuff by herself. It's my way of saying, no, remember, we need support. Each of us needs support, and each of us is blessed with a gift, a voice, a talent, something that we bring. And what we bring, that's the gift. So, Marianne, I might not even use the word leader. I might say, what is my gift? What stone soup? What can I bring to the soup? What can I bring to the pot? Because I will tell you, I've given talks, and I have people come up to me and they go, oh my God, you're so amazing, I want to be just like you. Do you know what I say? Meet my daughters. They think I'm a pain in the you-know-what. And I am. I'm demanding, challenging, single-minded, focused. I'm all those things. I'm not a saint. I'm a human being. So are you. So was Nelson Mandela. So was Murray Sinclair. You know? So it's the languaging. It's the languaging. No, we are in community and we each have a gift. So bring your gift, little sister. I bring mine. Yeah? Great, great question. Thank you.
I'm the one who said I wanted to remind everyone to shut off their cell. That's the beginning.
That's funny.
Hi, I'm Margaret. I really loved your description of sitting in the fire. And I feel like here in Thunder Bay right now, we're all sitting in the fire.
Yes.
And that's our work to do. And we need to figure out how to do it, and it's hard. And so I would appreciate any reflections you can offer about this work.
My reflection, Margaret, thank you for your question. It's similar to what Doug, the response that I gave. There is no right and wrong way in terms of if you're coming from justice and if you're coming from love. And that's what Kim spoke about at that closing talk that she did on October 24th. Actually, October 25th. That's our anniversary in Canada, my family's anniversary. If you're coming from justice and love, that is the right way. Thunder Bay right now is a lightning rod. It's a lightning rod. There always has to be a lightning rod. And this morning at breakfast over peanut butter and pumpkin seeds and eggs, Michelle and I were chatting, and this is what I said, Margaret. I said, you want to know something? There is an opportunity here, because the media is right on you, this whole community, all of you, everybody, it's right there. That's an opportunity to say, yeah, okay, well, watch us. Come and teach us if you want. Learn with us. See what we're doing. Come and ask us questions. Stop doing us and them. How about this is complex? And you know how we all like scapegoats? Well, Trudy, I believe is your name. Look at her. Well, her, you know that, Trudy? We all want scapegoats and we all want heroes. What we don't want is to say we are in Sawbonna. We are in shared humanity. Difficult, complex conversations. As long as we're starting them and staying the course, that is key, Margaret. You guys are doing it. From the first day I came in here, I said to Michelle, oh my God, the energy in there is so pulsating, so visceral, so committed. No, don't be scared, and when you're scared of your safety, step back a moment. We're not doing this alone. Thunder Bay is not doing this alone. There's a whole community here. There's a whole community here. If you get put, like I said, you know how much pushback I've gotten for sitting down with my dad's murderer? It's not a picnic every day, I can tell you right now. But do I actually care? Well, you know, I get a little, I go home and I cry, and I write. And I have the likes of Michelle, the likes of Kim, people that I email, you know, and I talk, books that I read. No, just trust the conversation. Be present to it. Let it flow out. If we run away, that's when we stop. That's when we stop. Be the change. Be there. Look at what you guys have. So yeah, you're the lightning rod. I'm going to tell you about an article I read in the Toronto Star by a young woman, Riley Yesno. I read that article, and on the CBC interview, I actually spoke about it, and I will tell you this. Because I'm a poet, I look for image and language. Got to touch my heart, it stays. Okay? I'll tell you the 3 words that stayed. Rage, truth, solidarity. I thought, wow. And it's an ebb and flow process. Short answer again. Bruce, did you have a question?
Yes, you challenged us for our question, so I'll do my best. Thanks for coming, Margot. That was quite inspirational.
Thank you for having me.
I'm fascinated by Aboriginal hunter-gatherers, primitive peoples, simple societies, hunter-gatherers societies. And in their societies, they divide dangerous people. We seem to have some dangerous people in all societies. They divide them into those that can be fixed and those that can't. And the ones that can be fixed, they, one way or another, help them to be fixed. And the ones that can't, they kill them. So my question for you is, in our society too, we have dangerous people, some persistent, some chronic, some apparently permanent. My question to you is, do you think there are some people who are pretty much unfixable? And if that's true, what do we do about that?
I'll tell you. Oh, I have an answer for that one. I've done work with Sister Helen Prejean. You know, Dead Man Walking. I call her the famous nun. Famous you, Helen. Here's my response to that. The people that can't be fixed, to kill them is to kill a part of our own humanity. I believe that profoundly. And that whole system of capital punishment, the amount, I'm going to tell you this, if you want to talk about finances, you hear people say, kill them, it'll save us some cash. I will tell you, it costs way more to plan a state murder than to actually feed a person and look after them until life calls them out of the game. So no, I don't believe that you should kill the bad people, because I've also done work with men that have been on death row. Men that have been on death row and that were exonerated because they never did the crime. You know, so that's a little separate, Bruce, from what you are speaking about. But no, I do not believe that we should kill them just so we can clean up, you know, sweep the cobwebs, get the dust bunnies gone. I'm like, you're killing a part of yourself. I think it would be dishonorable to our humanity to do that. We kill a part of ourselves and imagine, Marion, I'm going to pay you to go and kill Brenda because, you know, we need to get rid of her. Do you know what it does to her? And she is someone's mom and grandmother. Why scapegoat someone else? The people who usually do that end up killing themselves or dying of some dreaded disease. Why would I want to do that to her? So, again, that is my answer, Bruce. Yes.
Okay, we'll take one more question. Margot will be here. We can gather for coffee around and continue having our discussion. But I'll take one at this time, and then we'll finish the service, and everyone will be invited to coffee and continue the dialogue after that. Okay. You got the honors since I said first.
It's interesting that the exact thing that was on my mind you ended up speaking about, because I was just, at one point you were talking about in the diversity of our shared humanity, you used the word perpetrator. And I've been reading lately about and trying to incorporate that we all have the perpetrator within us.
Well, we've all done stuff.
We've done terrible things. And when we think about that, we feel shame, so we silence ourselves. But if we, like Ruby says, that all are welcome in this house, if we recognize that we're the perpetrator too, it helps us to reach out and acknowledge that we're all those people. And what you just said just illuminated exactly what I was thinking. And you really are a blessing.
Right back at you, Anne, and thank you. And I will say, last night at dinner, what did we talk about, Ed? Exactly that. When I was 18, I did try to kill myself. I did. 2 years after my dad was murdered, I tried to kill myself, and the reason I tried to kill myself is exactly what you just said. I was reading The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. I was reading Frankel's Man's Search for Meaning, and I was reading Merton's No Man is an Island. I got up, I was sitting down, I did like half hour per book. I got up and I walked to the bathroom and I got a bottle of Tylenol and I swallowed it. And that is the reason why, because I know inside of me, inside of me. And that is often why restorative justice does not work yet, because there's a sense of like, oh my God, we're all like really good and really adorable, so we're going to hold each other and hug each other up. I'm like, no. And try and be a victim and have rage and see what happens. Try and be a victim and be pissed off and see what happens. But you should be loving. You should be sweet and adorable. I'm like, give me a break. So that's why I go for Sawbonna, shared humanity. We are each perpetrator. We are each healer. We are each voice. That's why we don't need leaders. We need to honor our gifts.